Weird. Welcome to another video. Welcome to another DIY. DIY. I said it right this time. No DUIs here anymore. Not like last time. As you might recall in the last video, we worked on a little project I like to call Meteorites.
Get it?
Just doesn't get old.
Meteorite?
Still hits in just all the right way. I think I made this joke in the last video too. Clearly I'm hilarious. And well, I figured the perfect centerpiece for something this just well put together, sticking with the space aesthetic, would be nothing other than a spaceship. But spaceships are expensive, and making one for yourself doesn't always work out. But fear not, I'm going to show you guys how to make yourself your own DIY rocket ship. And just like all my other DIYs, all the equipment that you're going to need is either going to be super cheap or free if you happen to work at the right places. So let's begin, or shall I say, blast off. You're going to need a cup. I happen to have a nice paper cup from Starbucks. You get any kind of paper cup you want. Doesn't even have to be paper. I would recommend ceramic though. Paint because of course, paint. Paintbrushes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably don't need that many, but a pair of scissors. And if you want to be fancy, like, well, we've already mentioned I am. I got myself some glitter glue stick thingies. You can find these at any dollar store or craft store. Cost me, can you guess? $1. That's 10. I mean, granted, that could mean nothing. It could just be really bad. I guess we'll find out together. A glue stick, and of course, aluminum foil. Did you know that people believe that the thing that we recovered from Roswell all those years ago, you know, that alien crash site in the 40s or 50s or whatever, apparently people think that what we got was aluminum foil, or aluminium, if you're saying it wrong. And probably the more finicky thing, envelopes. Specifically ones meant for gift cards or things of that nature. You can pick them up at any store, or if you want to be crafty, I'm going to show you a way to get around that. Because really, the only reason I'm using this is because my store was getting rid of it. I know what you're thinking. How the heck does all this become a rocket ship? That's part of the fun. Now, what I recommend, if you do happen to get your hands on these, open them up, you're not going to need all of this mess. In fact, if you're smart and you want to cut out the middleman, simply do what I do. You're going to cut a piece of paper that is not only a rectangle, but a semicircle. So essentially, you're going to go for this kind of arcing shape, like a big old smile. Okay. And then, once you have that, ignore the branding. Not sponsored, but woo, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? You're gonna go ahead and cut down the exact center of that baby till it has one of these. Now, the idea behind doing this is that it kind of like collapses on itself a little bit. That doesn't seem like much now, but it's gonna be a big deal in a little bit. Now, I'm gonna have to cut up a couple of these. I recommend cutting up about 5 for your standard grande cup, grande or medium size, whatever. But again, use your imagination. After all of them have been cut, what you want to do is you're going to want to stack them, put them to the side. You don't want to lose any of them. And again, I have about 5 of these. And yeah, this might seem like a lot of extra work, But I promise you, it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good at the end. What if it doesn't look good? Well then, at least we tried. Hurry, hurry, make a space. This is where the spaceship lands. Ooh. I know, not very impressive yet, but we'll get there. Now I'm going for more of an Art Deco style, kind of the vintage, you know, like red rocket kind of thing. And for that, we're gonna go ahead and use, and this is the part where I hope it relates to people that I'm not like an amazing artist, but I'm trying, and that's the important part. I'm gonna grab some red paint. Don't be afraid to glob that baby right on, and then you start painting. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Ooh, that's really cool. I don't know if you guys see that, but there's like there's some black left from the last time I used it, which is giving it this really cool, like, rusty look to it. Okay, I know I said before that you could use things that aren't paper, but I'm starting to suspect that paper is the right way to go. Alright, I'll be right back, my friends. Oh, I got paint all over my fingers. Okay, now we'll be right back. Now it's important to note that the rocket could be any color you want. This is just how I perceive my rocket ship, what my base color is going to be. I suggest decorating it with colors that complement, and you'll see what I do later. It's actually pretty dry already. Yeah, scratch what I said before. Paper, use paper. In fact, use a Starbucks cup. Whew. Okay, while this dries, we're gonna go ahead and put that off to the side, and we're gonna work on another important part of these old-fashioned cool rocket ships. They need fins. How else are they going to direct and steer themselves across the galaxy? I essentially grabbed a Starbucks cup, and I also grabbed what was given to me when I got the Starbucks cup, which is one of these sleeves. I snipped down the center, like so, and then there's going to be a bumpy side and a side that's not so bumpy. What I recommend doing is holding it up to your cup, and you're going to essentially draw out what you want the wing to look like. Fin or whatever, I don't know what it's called. I've already gone ahead and made my own. See, the idea is that you're gonna put them onto the spaceship, so it'd be something like that, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, I know I didn't mention cardboard before, but we're discovering as we go. Now you're gonna go ahead and take these pieces of cardboard. You could do as many as you want. I think 3 is gonna be more than enough for what I need. Now, there are 2 schools of thought when it comes to decorating these things. A, do whatever you want. Or B, you could be like me and be super extra and want it to be super shiny and noticeable and eye-catching and beautiful, and I gotta be quiet. Since silver paint, gold paint, and things of that nature aren't usually found at the dollar store, I found a nice little cheat around that. Aluminum paper. Oh, this looks like a there's like a cool mask, so it probably wouldn't be very effective. I also recommend cutting it with a pair of scissors. Why? Well, you'll see in a second. Normally when you pull it off, it doesn't necessarily come off very well, and it leaves all those weird, like, indents. It sucks. Just, hate that. You're gonna cut yourself a little snippet. You're gonna glue the side that's not bumpy, or if you're using any other kind of cardboard, you could just, you know, not have to worry about the bumpy bits. Just a poor boy, I have no sympathy. There's no art to this, really. You just have to kind of fold it in, try to make it look as clean as possible. As you can see, I'm putting constant pressure on it. there you have it. That's one. Look how shiny that is. That is so cool. All right, our wings are prepped. Our rocket painted and dry. Now all we need to do is add some oomph that'll take this to the next level. The next level being the stratosphere, I guess. We're gonna be working on the flames next. And now, all my crazy cutting, it's all gonna make sense now. Use the glue stick and apply it to one side of the card. In fact, I'll tint this down so you can see. Very important step. You're gonna go ahead and take this piece of paper, you're gonna fold it slightly. You're gonna insert it into one of the walls of the cup. Like so. I recommend you level it just where the split happens. That way, all around, and hopefully all your other cuts are gonna be the same. That way, all around, it stays the same consistency. All right, when placing the second piece, you're going to want to place it so that it just slightly kind of overlaps the middle of that one. So if I can make that make any kind of sense, is you're going to place, and I'm going to actually glue it opposite. I know I said not to, but just so that you guys can see where it is. You're going to connect it so that it overlaps with the first crease. In a sense, all we're going to be doing is doing this and then just placing it like that next to each other until it wraps around in a full kind of circle thing. You could kind of bend some of them like that, like so. Gives it that overlapping fire effect. Just add a little bit of black. If you colored them yourself, then you're great. Circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? All right, give me some fire effects. And that's without the wings. I know it's gonna get super, super lit. Pun intended. Now, you could use a glue stick. In fact, it's probably smarter if you use a glue stick. I don't have the time for that, so I'm gonna just kind of... And now, it is ready to take to the sky. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I see flames. I see wings. Wait a second. What kind of spaceship doesn't have some cool antenna of some sort? Now there's a multitude of things you could do. You can have a little flag on top. You could use a toothpick. You can use incense. You could use a pen. Heck, if you have it, maybe put a dome on top of it. But I don't have any of those things. What I do have, however, is this flippy floppy thing that's attached to our sanitary things. Oh my gosh, I'm on fire. coming in for a landing, comrades. Thank you for checking out this video. As you can see, the rocket could pretty much be anything you want it to be. I decided to go with the heart aesthetic because things are rough right now and love is more powerful than hate, at least in my book. If you're stuck at home and need a distraction, it's the thing for you. And feel free to, go crazy with it. Add a critter or two. Really sell the space aesthetic. And, make someone's day by giving them a wish rock of hope. But I digress. Thank you for checking this video out. If you made any rocket ships yourself, please send me those photos on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, I think. Pretty sure I have a Facebook group. And I'll showcase them in the next DIY video. See? I got it. No more drinking and driving for me. Not that that was ever a thing, But as you're soaring through the cosmos, I want you all to remember one thing. No matter who you meet, or what you meet, don't forget, you're all absolutely and positively breathtaking.